It's in a book.
It's not in this book, motherfucker.
It's Elgintensity, aka Musashi Trapamoto. I recently learned that C.T. Fletcher has a line of Massterplan branded weightlifting books aimed at beginners. The ebook is called C.T.'s Massterplan, The Fucking Foundation, Powerlifting, Part 1 Chest. And it fucking sucks. This ebook costs $20, discounted from $25, for 14 pages. If you subtract the front and back cover and the page with the legal disclaimers, the only page that I found mentally stimulating, you're left with 11 pages of content. Now let's do some math. That's about $1.80 per motherfucking page. He's essentially charging you to read a fucking blog post. That's how much content you're gonna get for 20 bucks. Now the production value is pretty high. The book is tricolor, black, white, and red. So I'll give it that. Shoutouts to Deep Fried Productions for the presentation and for the hilariously appropriate name. Like most Deep Fried Productions though, it comes out looking good, but it's not very good for you. Despite the name, this isn't a powerlifting program. CT explains in the foreword that it's a beginner's bodybuilding workout that incorporates some powerlifting movements, like the floor press and the board press. Keyword, workout. He doesn't lay out a long-term progression, so it's not really a training program, it's just what you do for the day. My guess is you're supposed to keep running this workout every week and just increase the weights. He doesn't really say this, however, so I can see a beginner using the same weights every session. We see dipshits like that all the time. It should have been explained a lot better. He recommends having a good diet in one paragraph. He doesn't explain what that actually means or where to go to learn how to structure one. Considering that he almost killed himself with his diet, his loss for words isn't surprising. But it's the typical, hey bro, you gotta eat good type shit that people add as afterthoughts into their ebooks. This routine is supposedly what CT used to train for his world record 650 bench press. Note that this bench press feat was performed with a bench shirt, which 99% of beginners won't use because they have no fucking clue what a bench shirt is. The overwhelming majority of beginners are also natty, and natties probably won't want to train the way CT did when he was on his McDonald's cycle. Now, the remainder of the book follows this format. Name of exercise, brief description of the sets, reps, and weight, and a table that summarizes this info. He doesn't give percentages though. He gives the weights that he supposedly used. So they're ridiculous, 400-pound bench presses in there, 500-pound bench presses for a beginner program. Those weights should not be in there. They'll just intimidate beginners. The poor schmuck who reads the book will have to calculate the percentages himself or herself for every fucking exercise. For 20 bucks, I'd expect more effort from Deep Fried Catfish Productions. CT suggests that lifters generally stay between 8 to 10 reps, but to go 1 to 2 reps on the heavier lifts. He also doesn't go past 5 sets, although he does go to 8 sets, or up to 8, on the flat bench press. Normally I wouldn't have a problem with this because, again, it's geared towards beginners. You can throw a bag of tampons at a beginner and he or she will make gains. She especially. But this routine somehow manages to fuck this up. The exercises he picks for the routines are as follows. Flat bench for 8 sets, board press for 3, floor press for 5, dumbbell rotator cuff warm-up for 2, and yes, these are in order. 5, incline bench press, 5 sets. 6, dips for 5 sets. 7, dumbbell press for 5 sets. That's dumbbell bench press on an incline or flat bench. And the 8th and final exercise, cable crossovers for 5 sets. A beginner doesn't need to do that many different exercises. Some of these are just pointless. A beginner who maxes out at, say, 150, 155, has no business working on lockout strength with a board press. CT even says to use different boards, 1 board, 2 board, and so on. Fuck that. A beginner just sucks at benching and needs to bench more. Maybe do some other accessory work, but benching more is really the order of the day for a beginner. CT also says that the floor press is important because most people miss their benches at the top, which is of course bullshit. Again, if we're talking about the target audience here, beginners who are probably raw lifters, they're probably not going to miss at the top. They're probably going to miss at the bottom or just off the chest. Lockout strength is mainly a critical part of training for an equipped lifter, not a raw lifter. The dumbbell rotator cuff warm-up. What the fuck is that? It's in the middle of the routine. He doesn't say why, he just says bang them out. In my day, we warmed up at the beginning of the routine, but I didn't eat paste. There are also no pictures to demonstrate the exercises, which, a beginner would probably need. Pictures or YouTube links, something. All you see are mad filtered pictures of CT mean mugging the camera. Those don't help the reader. And again, the schmuck who reads this thing will have to Google every exercise to figure out how to do it properly, which will just add to the confusion. This book fucking blows. It looks nice. It has a famous name attached to it. You could read the whole thing during a sneeze. You won't have to look up any big words. But it's got a lot of unnecessary volume, some poor lift selection, no instruction on how to perform the lifts, no percentages, no laid out progression. I'm gonna have to give this 0 traps up.
0!
This book's a piece of shit, but you don't have to take my word for it. I'll see you next time.
Check out Powerlifting to Win for a more detailed review of this steaming pile of government cheese. Just hold your motherfucking mouse sideways and shoot at the link on the screen or in the description box, motherfuckers and motherfuckers.